Madden 20, which I've been playing for a few days now. Getting better at it, but suspicion. We could resume that, but I'm gonna start over. That was a pretty good match, but also I adjusted the sliders on this like the other games, so makes it a lot easier to score touchdowns and shit. Pick the best team and be the... I don't know where they are. Maybe Tom Brady? Yeah, I think so. Oakland Raiders. That's a good match. Gotta have Tom Brady on my team. Alright.
I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself.
I'll try to aim for some fucking touchdowns. A lot more runs than this, which I'm pretty good at. And before you fucking go to YouTube or Twitter and say, oh, crazy420mike, you suck ass. Well, fuck, you know, I'm just learning the controls and shit in this game, so cut me some slack, you know.
Sports. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the... It is a building that first hosted football way back in 1966 as EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Oakland, California. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the New England Patriots and the Oakland Raiders. This one taken just inside the 10.
Fuck you, goof. You fucking goofs.
He's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
That was pretty close.
But that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of return?
God, I hate this fucking music.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
Alright. Got it streaming on my YouTube now. Let's do a run.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
It's just me and you.
Sony Michel, his first carry. Wiggles free.
Fucking
and
goof.
That is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one by the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Great penetration. That's what she said.
Shotgun now for Brady. And Thomas has it.
Oh, you fucker.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch the football. He's pretty impressive.
And his friends call him Bebe.
Let's do another
the nickname
pass.
his uncle gave him back in the day.
I could do
Our
a
game not even 2
run
minutes
down.
old, but a quick red zone opportunity.
Well,
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15.
Are you fucking goof?
Meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete. And the safety, Carl Joseph, there to knock that one away. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Brady, that's caught by the tight end, Lacoste.
Asshole.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
I'm just gonna run for it,
That's why I tell all you guys, we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Oh, fuck, come on. I got the sliders up.
And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive.
Oh, shit. I gotta double check this here. Yeah, oh, well, that's why. I gotta turn this shit up. Well, just give me a few minutes here. Didn't realize I gotta fucking do this every time I start this fucking game. Doesn't even fucking save. Didn't realize I gotta fucking do this every time I start this fucking game. Doesn't even fucking save. You want touchdowns, you gotta accommodate. You want touchdowns, you gotta accommodate. And if you're watching the video, you could just skip ahead a few minutes and we can get right to the game. And if you're watching the video, you could just skip ahead a few minutes and we can get right to the game. That's funny, I can hear my echo in the background. There's like a 7-second delay though. Yeah, I gotta turn all that shit up. I can hold on to the ball, I can run faster. Less chance of me getting tackled by some goofs. I can throw farther and turn this shit down, make them all retarded. They can't fucking play that well. Turn this shit down, make them all retarded. They can't fucking play that well. Fucking faster way of doing this? I'm almost done. Just bear with me here. Alright, sorry about that, folks. Just double check here. Check and check. Alright, we're good to go, bro.
Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
Try this again.
If I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack him because
even with the fucking sliders,
down
man.
a little bit since they didn't
Yeah, this
stop
game's really hard.
down.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Devlin will try to power it in.
Touchdown!
And he is in! Touchdown, New England! A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts the defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
Now Steven Gostkowski on for the extra point.
Looks like I'm going to kick the ball, but...
And he takes off with it. It's a fake. That running right through it.
Fuck.
So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else.
Like they try to knock you down. Like, nope.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you don't like that call on the opening drive of the game.
It's a very strong limb that you're out on right now. Okay, and look, the game between college and the NFL continues to creep closer.
Yeah, this video's
but that is truly a college play, not an NFL play. Because you'd snap the ball from the 3-yard line there, whether it's going for 1 or going for 2. So it makes sense to try it that way to maybe fake it. In this case, from the 15, makes 0 sense.
And now your lead's just 6-0 instead of 7-0. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
The thing I like most about Derek Carr's game is not just the right arm and his touch and his ability to find receivers. I think it's his calmness, and I think that transmits itself very well to the rest of the team. They feed off of that, and they go out and play with confidence.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Fucking goof.
Call it no gain on the dump off, and it's 3rd down. On your screen now, here are the offensive starters. At wideout, Antonio Brown is certainly someone that the defense always has to account for.
Without a doubt, a true #1 receiver. It doesn't matter to him how defenses want to cover him. He sees it as a challenge and knows how to defeat them.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Brady. And he's got Edelman for the first time. That's complete. And now spinning away. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
I'm gonna run this bitch, yo. Fucking, I'm gonna run.
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. So quick on the spin. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run. Making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle. No running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
What the fuck's a pat attempt? Pat him on the back?
Now Stephen Gostkowski on for the extra point. And this is up, it's through. It extends their first quarter lead to 13-0.
Is that a goal?
Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
God damn it.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. There to stop him, Juwan Bentley. And quickly, let's check out the New England defense.
Dante Hightower is a prototypical run-stuffing inside linebacker who has the ability to go to the edge and rush the passer, and there's no better example than when he had the strip sack against Matt Ryan in Super Bowl 51.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Williams loses the football, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and a Patriot touchdown.
No dude's chasing me, man.
Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
The point after try for Gostkowski. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. They've got this big lead. They said, forget one, we want 2. Instead, they got 0.
Unbelievable they didn't even attempt it from the 15-yard line. What are they thinking? I do know this. When you fake one in this situation with that type of a lead, especially from the 15-yard line.
Pretty good. I'm up 19-0.
Oh, boy. I tell you what, meeting them again somewhere down the line, they'll remember this. Yeah, they'll think that they were trying to clown them a little bit.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. Shotgun now for Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line.
What the fuck was that shit?
So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Check my battery level. I better charge that.
they can do this time. Well, these guys hardly got a chance to catch their breath after the quick turnover, but I doubt they're complaining much.
Especially with the field position they get to start with. I wouldn't be complaining either. I'd want to get right back out there and get after them, because now you have an opportunity to make a big play. I'd say let's be aggressive and go after him.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. And he keeps finding his way into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Sony Michel with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Yeah, because basketball dudes are jumping on each other and shit, right?
Extra point try for Gostkowski. Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a two-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs?
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic, faking it. I can understand you want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
her attic, the stuff she used to preserve.
Did the same. It smelled terrible. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big, this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here.
You should just change the NFL to now National Egg Ball League.
Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. The defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Counters.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. And that will be incomplete.
How was that?
Sometimes it's just not your day.
Who fucking throws
There's
like
another
that?
failure right there on 3rd down.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Back deep for New England, Julian Edelman. And I don't think Edelman will be able to get to this one.
With the ball.
And that had far too much air under it. It's out of the back of the end zone. And the football will come out to the 20-yard line. Offense marching back onto the field, and our focus shifts here to Sony Michel. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times. The Pats at the line, ready to go. This drive starts out on the ground with Michel.
Oh,
They'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
You ain't going nowhere. Hey, check it.
They'll run it here. This is James
Come on, do
White.
something about him.
Pushing tacklers aside. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
I can't help but laugh. And the only reason is anytime the backup breaks a big one like that, he's going to be hard to deal with in film, wanting to know why he's not getting starters carries.
That's what he's thinking. Great carry there.
Wait, 20. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. 72.
On first down, Michelle.
Ah, shit. What the fuck,
5
man?
yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Brady deferring to White on the draw.
Stop him, you
First by
fucker.
him near the 35. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a
guy
first
hit him,
down.
and then fucking the guy got loose.
Difficult, but they've made it look
Like the
effortless out
fucking
there.
shoplifter
Through
at
the air,
Walmart,
on the
right? The
ground,
security's
they
on
moved
him.
the
He's
ball
like,
with
nope,
relative ease.
I didn't take that candy bar. It happens in Surrey all the time. Surrey, BC. It's a tough area. A lot of motherfuckers getting cuffed and roughed by RCMP. Bunch of fucking goofs. The city of goofs. It's where they got the creep catchers.
From the 32 now, here's
They
first
bust
and
the
10.
motherfuckers at Central Ball and shit.
Brady gives to Michelle. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense? Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On second down,
I'm going for it.
He'll get the
Come on,
first
come on,
down
come
and
on,
go inside the 20.
touchdown.
And he's
Not a chance,
in.
motherfucker.
Touchdown, Patriots. Sony Michel on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it? Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. Gostkowski for the point after. Thought it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Derek Carr getting ready to go again on offense. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people. Lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Lightning speed there from the safety, Devin McCourty on the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw his Carr. And he'll find Moreau here.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. And the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
I'm going to try to catch that ball in midair. Come on, come on, come on.
And that will go out of the back of the end zone. Way too much mustard. Not a good punt, and it will come out to the 20. Offense marching back onto the field, and our focus shifts here to Sony Michel. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you,
got
I
other
have
shit
no
going
idea how
on.
many yards I have.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Still going. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Incomplete. James White, the man he was looking for out of the backfield. And it's 2nd down.
I'm not good at
Brady's
passing.
incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. Well, the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half.
I don't know what these plays mean.
Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead them up 3rd and long. Now Brady. They don't have his man. That's Edelman. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. Brady and Edelman hook up for a big one. 44 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there.
Wait, 10, wide, 20. Check, watch 54, watch 54. Cover.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Complete to Watson, the tight end.
Oh, he's still going though.
Inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That one good for 13 at a New England first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
I'm going to run this bitch. Let's give it a second here. No, let's pass.
Wait, 10, 380. Right there, 54 Mike. I got you, son. I got you. Hey, 66.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. Caught by the tight end, Watson. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Come on, you run plays. I guess I got a fucking pass then.
Wait, 10, Alabama, 380. Regular.
The final shot before half for Brady.
That's a touchdown.
And he's in.
That's still a touchdown.
Patriots. Benjamin Watson. As time expires in the first half, as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, my education continues in this game, I've got to tell you, because there's not an analyst in the world that would have said pass up the field goal here, go for it, and expect for it to be successful, and it was. I mean, they're playing this one just like a video game.
Especially for the final play of the first half to have the guts to do that. But I guess, what do we say? The end will justify the... Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And Watson has it right side. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add two more onto their lead. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report.
I had an opening. I figured I'd just go for the pass.
Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
There's no way I could have run that bitch. I would have got tackled by some goofs, so... Fucking throw the dude that was open. I'll say this, the Raiders do have the best looking hats and merchandise.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Easy used to wear an Oakland Raiders hat.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. The tackle made by Landon Roberts.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And now it's third down. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. On the draw, Richard. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
Let's see what that even
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Oakland. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
Get the ball, yo.
And that had far too much air under it. It's out of the back of the end zone. And the football will come out to the 20-yard line. And heading out for another drive, the Raiders defense. And we watch now how effective they've been, how disruptive they've been in the backfield.
It's been so difficult.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points.
I'm still going.
There he goes, left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England.
He couldn't take you down at all, man. That was sick.
An 80-yard touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, there's a fake, and now he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
I'm going to take the fucker down.
So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are on defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Caught that, you goof.
That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Michael Bennett's versatility, being able to play any position along the defensive front, allows him to make those types of plays.
Scrim's a rapper from Suicide Boys.
Gets into the offensive backfield.
5'9",
and there it works for a tackle for loss.
Scrim, also known as Young Christ, or yeah, I think that's it.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Carr. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. He's been a good game manager. They're winning here in the 3rd quarter, but really the ground game is where it's been at for them, hasn't it?
So whatever the game plan was, you just got to focus on continuing to run the football. And really that takes the pressure off of the guy throwing it around. Doesn't have to be the focal point. Hand it off. Let him chew.
He's into the clear. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10.
Oh, yeah. The spin too, man. That was awesome. 80 yards.
James White, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys continue to pour it on. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Look at that. Fucking goofs.
The point after try for Gostkowski. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? Well, a lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Devin McCourty brings him down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Carr. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Carr now to throw, and it's a fumble.
Oh, yeah.
And it's picked up by the Patriots. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and a Patriot touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble to get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game.
I'll be jerking off in the shower post game.
Extra point try for Gostkowski. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
Yeah, goof's Canadian slang, like calling somebody a fag or retard or whatever.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New England defense gearing up to take the field. And they had the fumble return for a touchdown, and boom, they're right back out there again.
And you hear so many people talk about opportunistic defenses in today's football. Well, they make their own breaks because they work at it all the time. We've been in the practices, the drills where they're trying to strip the football, the takeaways. They're always working on it, and it paid off for them on the last possession.
Paid off. Now can they do it again? Now Carr over the middle, and it's incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target, and that'll bring up second down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
On 3rd down, Richard. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a full 3 yards.
Yeah, I'm not really that great at football, but I'm still learning all the...
Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they get the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
Here comes Tom Brady and the Patriot offense back onto the field. And we'll see if he opts for a heavier dose of running plays, because running is where they've had more success than in the passing game.
And the way they've spread it around to different people running it as well. It's not just been one principal guy who's carried the thing and moved the game forward for them. Whoever has touched it has given them good yardage. I think he's going to stay with that game plan. It takes a
big seam, and he might go all the way.
Whoop.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England.
90 yards, man. They try taking me down and shit. Just couldn't.
Touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards.
And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
To do a 90-yard touchdown, but I can't even do a 20-yard touchdown, man. Like, fuck.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away.
What, just bounce on his head?
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Carl trying again on second down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Ryan Grant, the intended target, and it's third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll wind up incomplete.
Damn ball.
Bold play call there.
Damn
now it's
ball,
fourth
boy.
down.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. Here now, Johnny Townsend. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Kick the ball, man.
Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. They haven't had to rely so much on the passing game. It's really been a team effort in the running game that's kept them successful.
Don't think so, motherfucker.
And there he goes. 30, 10, and he cuts it back, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. James White, an 80-yard touchdown, as his guys continue to pour it on.
Oh, man, that's fucking awesome.
He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have...
Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for him. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. They would try to go to Brown once again, but it'll be second down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Here's Jacobs. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And finding the tight end, Wilson.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
Dudes need to get out of the way, man.
Down. 180. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On first down, Carr looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Fucking suck.
You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And now
you fucking retard.
Incomplete as well. It was the veteran Devin McCourty who got a hand in there to break that one up.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
What the fuck was that? Oh my God.
Here now, Johnny Townsend. He's been terrific so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Offense marching back onto the field, and our focus shifts here to Sony Michel. He has had a whale of a game. In the 3rd quarter, you're already over 200 yards. I don't know what more he can do at this point.
Not a whole lot, and what he has found is that zone that we always talk about, where every carry feels great. Every carry potentially is a sprint to the end zone. And all he wants to do is ride it as long as this game goes on.
Yeah, now he's just thinking 300 yards, maybe. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16.
I don't know why people are bitching about this game, because it's pretty good. Madden 20, you know. I never played football games before, so this is my first.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
I can't believe they let you play.
Sure.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Might be the last one.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel.
Still going. He's still going. Nope.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
Shit.
That one good for 13 and a New England first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41. Now Michel. Oh, he sheds himself free.
Another miss.
Still on his. There he goes, right side.
Oh, yeah.
And
Maybe
he's
dive,
in.
man.
Touchdown,
Down.
Patriots. Sony Michel, 41 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game, and privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching, and he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And he takes off with it. It's a fake.
They don't even have a chance.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful.
Partner, they're up big. They snapped the ball from the 15 for a regular PAT, yet they fake it and get it. Is the kicker's leg tired? What's going on here?
I don't know, but defensively, now with this deficit, now you add 2 more onto that. They fake the PAT. That stings a little.
It definitely stings, and I know the guys that I played for, they wouldn't be as mad at the opposition as they would have been at us for allowing that to happen.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Throwing on first down is Carr toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Raiders on third down, not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Oakland. And that will go out of the back of the end zone. Way too much mustard. Not a good punt, and it will come out to the 20. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout.
No way.
So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also
Come on, pass, you fucking
he goes. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now Brady. He took that in one-handed.
Fucker, you're not taking Brady down, bitch.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. The 20, 10, and he will get into the end zone. It's another
That's not
touchdown.
Brady, that's the other guy.
This thing is ugly. That was a pretty impressive touchdown play. Those broken tackles, those weren't easy to get by.
No, they really weren't. And they've had trouble tackling throughout this ball game. But on this particular play, how about that move? Or I should say moves with an S, because I don't care if you were a great tackler. You had trouble getting him on the ground on that play.
That's awesome. Look at this shit. Nobody's there to chase me. He couldn't even take me down. Oh, I'm going to leave these settings up here.
Gostkowski for the point after. Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it.
Oh, come on. Throw.
And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
I'll try that again, though. Oh, okay. I don't want to do that again.
Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This is taken at the 3. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now here come the Raiders. Right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And this is going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Raiders on third down. They've been stymied left and right. Converted only one time. This is 3rd and 10. Carr. That's complete to Richard, the running back. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Oakland. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough. Swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Michelle. Shedding the tackler and gives him some room. The 30. And now he spins free. And they are going to score again. Awesome. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. But what we just saw, we've seen a lot of broken tackles, and they're leading to a huge touchdown play.
Yeah, none of them more glaring than what we just saw there, but we've seen it throughout this game, whether it's in tight, running through the line, out in open field. They haven't been able to get these runners down very well. I have a feeling they'll be in pads a lot next week, working on their tackling.
I'm like, nope.
The point after try for Gostkowski. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it.
Fucking throw the ball, you
point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. They've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
You know,
they
haven't
been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And that had far too much air under it. It's out of the back of the end zone, and the football will come out to the 20-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all three timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They begin with Michelle.
Oh, no, what are you doing?
Refusing to go down. Through an opening, and there he goes. 20, 10, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, I'm just not sure what more we can say about him after that one.
But we're certainly going to give it a try, aren't we? Because I believe we're watching greatness personified. It has not mattered all game long where they've handed him the football. He's taken it and found the end zone. He is so locked into that so-called zone, I don't think they're going to get him out of it in this one.
Extra point try for Gostkowski. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. This fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This will be taken short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Carr again here on 2nd and 10. Wilson's got it complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Get up, come on.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Shit is crazy, man. Holy fuck. You can see why Americans go crazy for this game, man. So many different things going on.
They'll run on first down. Michelle. And he's got some space here. Past the 20. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. Put a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top. One of the fun parts about working with you is that we've learned that there are different ways to do things than the way we were brought up to do them. This is Madden. Of course they were going to go ahead and get another score. What do you mean take a knee?
And that just makes the final margin even more lopsided. I think they earned themselves a cold drink from the fridge, right?
There's no doubt.
Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. Well, we saw action to the final whistle in this one. Not only the touchdown at the end to add to their lead, then they tried to put more on top of the two-point conversion but didn't get it.
That's someone that wants to win and
So
by
I'll
as
upload
many
it.
as possible.
And,
They don't give the 2-point conversion to add on
I hope
top.
you enjoyed
But
that.
just the idea
This is
of
my
going
first
for
football
it
video.
with that type
I'll
of
probably
lead
upload
already
some more
when they
later
didn't
on.
need to do so. That tells you what
I'm
his
probably gonna
mentality
upload some
is.
Call of
He's an
Duty
attack,
videos and shit,
attack,
or
attack
Star
coach.
Wars or whatever.
Always
We'll see.
attack.
Thanks for watching, and leave a like and subscribe, and back with some more action later. Peace.